Hello, this video will show you how to go to the Parent and Learning Coach OHS account or online high school account to check into your students' grades when they last logged into the OHS or when they were last in their classes. You can also access things like uh, what their progress is in their course and maybe even go a little bit deeper into their courses. So to get started, you'll go to the k12.com website and then you will click on the OLS login. This is the same process for the student. Here you will type in your username and password for the Learning Coach account. That is the account that you created to be able to create your student's account when they first started with us at Insight. So if you don't recall what that username and password is, you'll click on the Forgot Your Username or Forgot Your Password and enter it. I'm going to go ahead and go into a demo account for a Learning Coach. Once you've logged into your account, you will see your Learning Coach name appear in the right-hand corner. You will see a My Students tab over on the left-hand side. You'll want to make sure to click on that. Usually that's the default screen that you'll see, but that will be the first thing that you click on if not. And then up here at the top on the right-hand side, you will again see your Learning Coach name. So what you'll want to do is click on the drop-down box and find your student. So in this demo account, Maria Lee is the demo student. You'll click on your student's name, and here you will have access to their information. You will find out what their schedule is. So here you can see their schedule. This is, again, a demo account, so there's nothing listed here. But if this were your student, you would find out what their assignments are for the day, and also if they have any live sessions for the day. Those would be listed here. Now, if you want to, you can actually filter this out to a week, or you can even click on the calendar and take a look through this information here. However, the very most important part is you want to find out what's going on in their courses. So you would click on this Courses tab. Again, you're under your student's name and making sure to click on Courses. Once you've done that, you will see a list of all of their courses. Now in this demo course account, you can see there's quite a few listed here. Your student will not have that many courses listed. They'll only have, typically our students have 3 to 4 courses, and then maybe their homeroom course and possibly a couple of other courses that might be listed, things like their counseling team, or if they're involved in FAST, you would maybe see that there as well. You'll find their course. You'll see the list name here. You'll see their grade, and then you'll see their progress in their course. Now remember that this percentage under the progress column is telling you the amount that they've clicked through the content of their course. So it's not necessarily their grade. Their grade is listed over here. This percentage here is how much content that they've accessed and read within the course. You'll also find out if they have any overdue assignments. You could also find out when they last visited that course. So you'll see that date here. And then you'll find their teacher's name for that course. And you can actually click right on that link and it'll give you that teacher's contact information. Up here above the list of the courses, you'll find the last login date. Now, this is very important because a lot of times parents will see this and they'll say, my student was logged in on the 15th, but as you can see, that student hasn't gone into any of their courses since these dates here. So as a reminder that students only get attendance credit if they've gone into a course and have done some work or they're in a live session. So this last login tells us the last time they went to the online high school and logged in. They could be sitting on their home page and that doesn't necessarily give them attendance. So very important to remember that they must have logged into a course and spent some time doing work or doing something, taking a look at content or something else like that within the course to be able to get the credit for that, for their daily attendance. So a couple other things that I always like to point out for the parents is that you can find the students' academic advisor, which is like their homeroom teacher, their name here. And the same thing with the content courses. You can click right on the name of the student and, or excuse me, the name of the teacher and get their contact information. You can also click on account, which will give you some other information, things like you can change your username and your password. Again, this is under your student's account. So if you were clicked over here under yourself and went to account, you would be changing your stuff. But because you have Maria Lee, your student, clicked, and when you click on account, what's coming up is your student's information. So you would be able to change your student's username, your student's password, and then if they needed to change their email or find out their school email or your student's phone number, all of that can be changed here. And then just like with your student, you can also click on yourself and change your own account information as well. So when you click on yourself, if you wanted to, you can also click on schedule for yourself, and anything that we might have open up to parents would be listed here. And that's things like school assemblies, or sometimes we'll have something called a Learning Coach University, or help desks for parents and learning coaches. Those things would be listed here for you, and you could always jump in and join us for any of those activities. And then again, you can click on account, and this is where you can change your own account information for yourself. Lastly, before I head on out, I just always like to point out that if you click on your name up in the upper right hand corner, you will find the My Account tab there as well. You can click on My Info, which takes you into some information regarding your students' shipments, finding their student ID, and some other stuff. You can also change yours and your students' time zone settings here. Very important to do as a learning coach when you first set up your account. And so there's some other things here that you can access additionally with clicking on the email. And this is where you can find a list of all of the teachers that are associated with your student, again, being able to find their contact information. On the left-hand side, the My Schedule tab is essentially the same thing as the Schedule tab here for you, the learning coach. So this My Schedule tab is your schedule, not your student's schedule. You'd have to make sure to go under My Students tab and click on your student. You will ignore the Attendance tab at Insight. That is locked because we do count your students' attendance through our system and what they are actually doing in the online high school, or if you turn in an offline work log to us. It's always good to check out the announcements. The announcements are things that are sent to us by K-12 or through the school, any updates that we might have to the OHS, anything that the school might be announcing this year. And that concludes the parent and learning coach account sneak peek. If you have any questions, you are welcome to reach out to your student's academic advisor, and they are always very willing to help you figure out where you need to go and what you need to do to find out things about your student.